Alright everybody, today we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to do something a little bit different. We are looking at my 125 and we are going to feed it. And what we're going to feed it today is crickets. I went out in the yard and unfortunately my lawn tractor broke down at the beginning of the summer, so I'm kind of waiting on the end of the summer when they go on sale. I just can't afford a new one right now. But long story short is my lawn has basically gone back to a wild meadow and I have ample insects out there. So I spent about 20 minutes gathering up some small crickets, and we're going to go ahead and throw them in the tank. I'm hoping I can get my Ctenopoma to come over and take an interest, but right now he's at the far end of the tank sleeping. I have no doubt that once a little bit of activity gets started, he'll be right over. So I think what I'm going to do first is put a little bit of flake food in the tank. That'll get the Congos and the clown loaches running around, and that activity will probably get everybody else heightened. And then I can go ahead and start putting the crickets in. So once we get a little bit of motion and activity down there, my Ctenopoma should wake up. He's still not really... There he goes. Now he's noticed something's going on. Alright, I'm actually going to just dump a bunch in and then close the lid, and I'm hoping that they will get into the foliage in there, and their movement should attract the fish, and we should be able to get to see the fish, trying to root them out of the denser foliage. And hopefully we will get some really exciting action from the Ctenopoma. He is a fierce predator when he wants to be. So that is about 8 crickets I put in there, and they're fairly small. But they'll go fast. I know the Congos just shred them up. They've got little tiny piranha-like teeth. They actually are related to piranhas. All tetras are related to piranhas. And if you've ever looked at a tetra's mouth very closely, most of them have very, very sharp piranha-like teeth, even though they're very tiny. So I got a couple crickets left over here. I will try to get them gathered up so I can dump them in as well. Of course, they're not cooperating. No, I got them all but one, so let's see if we can get the Ctenopoma a little bit of lunch. I don't think he's had one yet. And of course, I just threw one on the carpet. And now I'm going to get to listen to a cricket chirping for the next week until he dies, because I did not catch him. He got away. Always a risk when you use crickets for food is them escaping into your house and being really annoying. And we've got one final one. I still don't think the Ctenopoma's got one. I know he's looking at that one, but I don't know whether it's somewhere where he can get to it or not. There he goes. He finally got one. So that's a nice little treat for everybody. The Ctenopoma is not only a fish eater, but he will eat insects off the surface regularly in the wild, so it's always nice to give him a little treat with some crickets. As far as me collecting them in the yard, I know some people express some concern about that, but you've got to use your own judgment. If you live in an apartment complex and they regularly spray the lawn and property outside with, pesticides or herbicides or anything, you probably wouldn't want to use those crickets. I'm using crickets from out in my yard. I don't live anywhere where anything gets sprayed. I don't spray any kind of chemicals or any kind of bug spray or weed killer or anything like that on my lawn. There's no chance at all. There's no concern whatsoever that those crickets were contaminated with anything. They were every bit as healthy as crickets you'd buy from the store. So no concern about that. And use your own judgment. Think about where you're collecting your crickets from. And think about the chances of them being contaminated with something, and use your own judgment. So I'm going to go ahead and call that a video. They'll probably be buzzing around for a few minutes, making sure they got everybody and there's nothing else in the tank. I do have water changes to get working on today. I want to do a water change on this tank, which is not going to be super complicated. It's just going to involve changing out the water, wiping down the glass, and then thinning out the water sprite that you can see is just taking over the top of the tank. The thing's growing into a monster. And I am also going to get started on working on my gourami tank today. I know I've been promising a video about that for a while, but I do have that one coming up. And if I'm lucky, I will get my video about lighting and cyanobacteria shot today. Another one that I've been talking about doing, but it's been such nice weather. I got a brand new kayak recently and a brand new boat as well, so I've been actually spending a lot of time outdoors lately. So sit tight, be patient, and I will get to my videos when I can get to them. So thanks for watching this one. Go ahead and subscribe, that way you won't miss any I got coming up. And I'll see you real soon on the next one.